Hey everybody, welcome to the interview tips from my car. My name is Monte and I'm here to help you with any questions that you have regarding getting that job that you really want. This is a service provided by my company, jobrecruitingsecrets.com, and I'm here to help you. So I'm going to tell you my story. A lot of people ask me about my background. I've been helping so many people, but people ask me about my background. So let me tell you my story. And just FYI, like all my episodes, they are like 6, 7, 8 minutes long. So I'll try to summarize my story in this, let's say, 6 minutes that we have today. I want you to watch these when you have some free time. Like all my episodes are short and sweet, so you can watch them when you are like in your car or doing something quick, okay? So I would like to tell you a story. I call that like from sick and broke to Google and Microsoft, okay? So now I have 39 years old. I'm happy here working from home. This is March 2022, if you are listening. And like I worked from Microsoft for the last 6 years, but how did I get here? So in the past, I was working for the bank, the largest bank in Brazil. I was working a lot. So I was succeeding, I'm not gonna lie, I was succeeding in my career. I started leading a team of 3 people when I was 27 years old, and then at 28 years old I had 6 people reporting to me, which is really early in anybody's career. I was doing great, but at the same time I was not taking care of myself. I have to be very honest here, and that's the piece that I got sick. I was not taking care of myself. I was working long hours, I was not exercising, I was not eating healthy, like a lot of mistakes, let's put this way. But my career was going great, so I don't think everything was going great like it is right now. Now everything is going great. So the thing is, I got sick at 28, 29 years old. I found out I had a cancer, and I had so many plans. I was 29 years old. I couldn't believe, to be very honest with you. There is like stages, so it goes from 1 to 6. Mine was already on level 6, and to be very transparent here, I think the last time I went to the doctor was like 3 years before that, so I was not even going to the doctor to do checkups. So I take all the responsibility on that, plus bad luck. So okay, I found out I had a cancer, but I still had a lot of plans. I wanted to come to the US. It was one of my dreams. I always wanted to study abroad. I always wanted to live abroad. I didn't have that chance during college. So I knew business school was a good plan. So I was already studying for the GMAT, for TOEFL. I was starting that journey. I know I was a little bit late, starting at 28. But okay, I was studying. So where I want to go is that even during, I had 2 surgeries, I had the treatment, I was studying in the hospital. I was the crazy person studying like 14 hours, 16 hours in the hospital because I had nothing better to do. So I was just studying and doing listening, like a lot of listening in English. Then like this gave me a lot of determination. I'm telling you this to show you how determined I am to achieve my goals. At the same time that I was studying and facing all these challenges, also Brazil, I know a lot of you are Americans, a lot of you are internationals, but in Brazil we are having like a lot of economic crisis since I would say 2000. So this was like 2012, I think. No, it was before 2011, and my parents were having like a lot of financial problems. They bankrupted, my in-laws bankrupted, like there was a lot going on. So I had to spend all my savings, everything that I had saved to go to business school, to help my parents, my in-laws. Like they had loans. You know how business work, like you take loans because you are growing, but then a crisis comes, you still have to pay all your loans, right? So I had to help them to keep the business running. I ended up spending all my savings. Okay, so now you get it. I was sick and broke. But anyways, I was accepted in some universities in the US. I decided to go to Dartmouth College, the Tuck School of Business, and they gave me some financial help. But anyways, I got a loan of $148,000. So okay, $148,000 for me to pay in dollars. So I decided I had to stay in the US. I had to stay in the US. It was the fastest way. It was my dream. So not only 2 years of business school, but I wanted to stay in the US with my wife. I want to be here, and then I will pay my loan in dollars instead of the Brazilian currency, because that can fluctuate and that could become like a lot of money. So I decided to stay in the US. Okay. And then in the US, when I started business school, there are the study groups, and during the study group, we check each other's resume, and I realized that my resume was the worst of my study group. And I was like, okay, let me go to the central depository of resumes. And in that central depository, I was reading everybody's resume. I was like, oh my God, my resume is the worst. Like, how can I get a job in the US? And I can tell you more about that journey too. But the thing is, I started like improving my resume a lot. And the other thing is like, I want to apply for the best companies in the US. I have to test myself. If I was having a great career in the US, I want to try to replicate in Brazil. I want to try to replicate this in the US. So I was like, okay, I have to apply to Google, to Microsoft, to Amazon. I have to apply to the largest companies in the US. So I end up applying to all of them. And then I remember when I was invited to the interview with Google, like I couldn't believe. And folks, you have no idea how many people told me it was going to be impossible for me to get a job at Google because of my background in banking. And a lot of people told me, this is impossible, you are not gonna get it, like don't even try. I was like, I love when someone tells me it's impossible. You don't know my background, you don't know my story, you don't know everything that I overcome to be here in this university, you don't know me. So just tell me that this is impossible and I will prove you wrong. So that's another thing, like I know I will deliver. So I really wanted to be approved at Google, like just to prove a lot of people wrong. I have to be very honest here. So I did my first interview, they jumped me to final round, and then I did my final round. I was in Miami in a hotel in a terrible internet connection because I was having an interview with a company in Miami at that exactly day. And then my second interview with Google was terrible connection. We end up turning off the video call. We went to the phone. I was like, I'm not gonna get this. I did my best, but I'm not gonna get it. And then at the same night, they already called me and gave me the offer. And that's how I got Google. And working for Google was awesome. I can tell you more about that in a different video. And then also I decided to apply to Microsoft as well. Microsoft was a little bit different. I ended up doing like one phone interview, kind of a screening, and then I ended up doing 5 interviews in person. They flew me from New Hampshire to Seattle to interview with them, and it was awesome. Like I can tell you more about my interviews with Microsoft as well. So the thing is, if someone with my background, like I was sick, I was broke, but I was able to get accepted in a university in the US. I was able to get accepted in the top companies in the US. Like, if I can do this, anyone can do this. And that's my point. Like, you just have to develop the skills necessary. And also, you have to put the work. Like, I can tell you more about my preparation. I would say I prepped like only for Google and only for Microsoft, I would say 40 to 50 hours for each interview process. Besides all the hours that I worked in other stuff that helped me with networking and resume, etc. So it's a lot of work, but it's totally achievable. And if you need any help, I will conclude this video. I just saw it's 9 minutes long and I can tell you way more about my background. But I think that's it for today. I want to keep these videos at 10 minutes. So if you want to learn more about the program that I developed to help other people, you can visit me at jobrecruitingsecrets.com. That's my website. I will repeat, it's jobrecruitingsecrets.com. And I will provide you everything that you need to succeed and get the job offers that you really want. Okay, I will turn off now, and I see you in a different video. Bye bye.